So Pat, who you got again?
No, it's you. I told you it ended with Pat saying reluctantly.
All right, so
You're listening
you're listening
You're listening
to another episode.
of the Fresh Takes.
podcast.
Now we have the Monday showdowns, which was only supposed to be one game, but due to the snow, the Buffalo Bills beat the Steelers 31-17. Before we get that started, actually, we didn't say it. Since the Packers are now going on to face the 49ers, what's score and game prediction? I'm saying 38-17, the Niners.
Make sure you send me your old picks again, so I can
Just
do our.
write them down right now.
Well, I gotta remember what all you said again, Tim.
Well, Pat said Texans, you and I said Ravens, and then I said 49ers. That's all we've gotten so far.
All right, so we said 40, or you said 49ers
Yep.
and Ravens. He said Texans. All right, go ahead, Pat. Who are you rooting for this one?
Um, I'll say 31-27 Niners. Reluctantly.
All right, so I got the 49ers winning with the score of 28-10. So,
All right. Well, so Buffalo 31, Steelers 17, Josh Allen 52-yard rushing touchdown. Both tight ends. First ever time that two tight ends getting catches for touchdowns in playoffs.
yep.
Dawson Knox, and then second drive, Dalton Kincaid.
Yep.
Yeah. What a game. What a game.
It wasn't.
Um,
I wasn't. I wasn't even really enthused about this game. I wasn't
yeah,
really
I wasn't
impressed.
entertained until the Steelers kind of were making a comeback. I think it was kind of a terrible idea to not put Pickett back in.
I also
I also
think
think it
that
was a bad idea to constantly feed Najee Harris the ball when
that's
Jalen
what I was.
Warren was getting.
That was what I was getting ready to say. With Warren, I think I would have stuck with him instead of Najee Harris.
Yeah, because Warren was picking up you guys' yards. Warren is a physical back. Najee's too small. So
So,
I don't know. The Steelers shouldn't have been in it to begin with, in my opinion.
no.
But, you know, when the Jaguars can't pull out a victory against Tennessee,
Well, I mean, it was in Tennessee, wasn't it?
yeah, Tennessee beat the Jaguars.
That's what I'm saying. But it was in Tennessee, wasn't it?
Yes.
So you had Tannehill and you had Derrick Henry, who might not be there next year. They were going to ball out.
Well, Tannehill didn't do crap.
I'm just saying though. They were. That's why they won.
Hey,
But what's
prime
that?
Tannehill.
The last 3 years, twice Jacksonville needed to win and be in, and they lost to the Colts at home and they lost to the Titans at home.
Yep. They are not that good under pressure.
Hmm.
Nope.
So,
And
all
then I
right,
had them
well,
winning the
the
whole
only
Super Bowl.
other thing I wanted to say about that game is can like the refs start doing something about the snowballs?
Yeah, that was.
Like
I mean, I thought it was
I get
funny.
it, it's fun and stuff, but like when a receiver's trying to catch a ball in the end zone and you're pelting snowballs in his vision, like come on.
Yeah.
I'm honestly shocked that the refs didn't start telling if they were going to continue throwing. It was going to be a 15-yard penalty.
Well, they were also throwing them at the Steelers players on the sidelines.
Yeah, I saw that. I mean, yeah, like you said, I thought it was kind of funny, but at the same time,
I mean,
it's a little rude,
just
honestly.
think of it like think of it like trash though. Like it's projectiles being thrown. Like if they were just throwing trash there, that'd be uncalled for. So
Yeah,
shouldn't be any different with snowballs. Like
but the difference with the snowball and the trash is if you throw a beer can out there is a penalty that gets thrown.
yeah,
Or
but I'm
they
saying I
replay the
think
down.
I think the snowball should be treated like that
Oh
because
yeah,
you shouldn't throw anything into the arena of play. Like that's not cool.
I know. It's gonna start getting to the point, like how many fights happen this year due to people being drunk? It's gonna start getting to the point that they just ban everything inside of arenas.
Yep.
Or
Yep.
they are going to start building a wall over the stands so that you have to look through a screen.
Well,
I don't see them building a wall that you have to look through a screen.
I
I
don't
think it's
think they
going to be
would, but I'm saying
plexiglass.
it could, in like years
uh,
from now, turn into that because of how bad people are with stuff
big
like that.
wall. You could put a
I can
big
see.
wall up.
I can see them doing what the hockey has the plexiglass up.
Yes, like hockey. There you
Yeah.
go.
A lot of snowballs being thrown. Could put up a wall.
Telling you guys you're wrong. The
They'll just
wall
build a.
around the stadium would be great. But all right, so that
Uh,
means Buffalo will be hosting Kansas City.
who y'all got?
And
Court.
I'm only saying this due to the massive, massive amount of injuries that have hit Buffalo's defense lately. I'm going 31-30 Kansas City.
48 nothing Buffalo. I'm just hoping. I am just hoping.
So you seriously putting the Bills down?
Yeah, the Bills win. I obviously don't think it's going to be a blowout like that, but yeah.
Man, I'm really tough on this one because I want the Bills to win. I just
I'm tired of Kansas City, but I'm also tired of Buffalo. So whoever wins, I hope they lose next week.
let me go 34-31 Buffalo.
So yeah, I think it'll come down to a Harrison Butker field goal is good. But all right, we made fun of Tank and his team. So now, Pat, unfortunately, it's your turn. 32-9, Tampa Bay over top. But
At
here's the
least we didn't
Well,
lose
difference.
by that
Here's the
many points.
difference, Tank. Pat already knew he was losing.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
he pickled me that much if I picked them to lose.
I know. I don't know how to laugh at you because you're an Eagles fan.
But
Yeah, I
hey,
know.
Pat, that means both of your original Super Bowl predictions have been eliminated.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't have much hope that that would hold, and for obvious reasons. Uh,
Hey
pretty much
Pat.
exactly how the whole second half of the season went. And that's how I expected this game to go, and it went like that. Offense inefficient. They decided to pass the ball 800 times instead of run twice. Um, the defense can't tackle anybody. I feel like I could have got a touchdown yesterday. Um,
Yeah,
and
the tackling
yeah, yeah,
sucked for Philly and Dallas. So you're not the only one. I don't want you to think I'm picking on them because it sucked for Dallas too, and we've already discussed that.
oh no, like
Tackling this weekend sucked for a lot of teams. I mean, like the Pittsburgh Buffalo game, it sucked there. It was all
yeah.
around this week.
Look, I was very upset that the Giants got rid of James Bradbury, and then watching James Bradbury yesterday, I was glad we got rid
Well,
of
yeah, you're upset. You want him back? You
him.
You want him
Yeah,
back?
and you all re-signed him.
yeah. Uh, well, the good news is we're losing over half our defense, and we'll have to completely rebuild.
You're
And
also
that's the
losing a
only way to
third of
fix
your
it.
offense.
But you know what? It's okay, Pat, because we all know that the Philadelphia Bulldogs are going to be drafting from the Georgia Eagles
Dude,
in
Georgia
draft
didn't
time.
have anybody good this year, so
I'm just
no.
saying that's where they always draft from. So that
Well, they
this year they're
got
going to draft.
tight end, but that's not really one of our big need areas.
Yes, but that tight end also is coming off of a really bad knee injury,
Yeah, but
who could
man,
potentially
still,
just stay another year. But
So
my big thing, Darius Slay was so excited to be back, and he had like two good plays.
I feel bad they got injured. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, uh, the worst thing was Tampa Bay. Perfect game plan. Hitting Kate Otten all the time because our coverage from our linebackers. Zach Cunningham should be fired from the NFL. He should just be thrown on the streets and never allowed to play again.
I will say, watching
You almost
the
made me spit
Eagles
my tea
this
out, Dave.
year,
Going it.
they are the worst at covering tight ends.
Oh, yes, by far. You want
So,
to
That's
beat the
why I
Eagles?
put Kate
Call me
Otten to
tight
get an
end.
anytime touchdown because the Eagles cannot cover tight ends.
No,
so
they can't
here,
cover
here's
receivers either, but especially tight ends.
here's what I want to say, Pat. I love you. I have a spare little space on my couch. You can come over. We can cry together. We can cry on each other's shoulders. We can hold each other, and we can watch from the couches. Tim, you're not invited because your team did not make the playoffs. So therefore,
Look,
you're
I
not
already
invited.
have the couch nice and warm, so
Um, now, so here's my question for you. What's your all thoughts about Sirianni? Does he get let go? Does he come back?
I don't think it's on Sirianni. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I
I'm not
think if
saying it is.
anything, it's defense. The defensive coordinator they got was awful, and then they got Matt Patricia and gave him the play calls, and he's awful.
I mean, we
Yeah.
already knew Matt Patricia was.
Got worse the better.
I also think your guys' OC does not know how to utilize Jalen Hurts.
Get out of there.
So
So yeah,
this whole coaching staff just needs to go.
they'll bring in hopefully two new coordinators, and then they'll bring in their people with them, and then they'll sign and draft to fit the schemes of the people they bring in. And that is the only way to fix what's going on right now.
So I already know the answer, but you guys think you win with AJ Brown?
I don't see
What?
AJ Brown coming back.
I I'm talking about would they have won that game with AJ Brown?
Oh,
Oh
no.
I would
No.
say I don't think so.
no,
I think AJ Brown still has a couple years on his contract. He just got a new contract.
he's out.
No, I think if Sirianni does get fired, AJ Brown might try and say something. But AJ Brown's locked up till 2027.
Yeah. He's Smith only a contract in 2 years
Say
after this year, I think.
you guys lose Swift and Penny. I know that.
And that's
Um, Brandon Graham.
What
they
about
could either
Boston
bring
Scott?
back Swift or they could just they could do the same thing, bring
I
in
would
a
keep Swift.
market running back.
What
Swift
about
was
Boston?
good,
Because
but
isn't Boston Scott on the Eagles?
Boston Scott doesn't do anything.
I know, but so what? I mean, does he come back or does he get released?
I think he was on a year contract as well.
That's what I'm saying.
he
I think
kind of does. He does some backup like punt returning, kick returning, so he might. He's probably a special teamer that'll stay. Um,
I don't.
yeah, it'll
Um,
be a brand new looking line. If we could get Cam Jurgens out of there too.
see, so you guys are losing DeAndre Swift, Rashard Penny, Boston Scott, Quez Watkins, Julio Jones, Alameda Zeachis, Marcus Mariota,
Yeah.
uh, two offensive linemen who nobody really knows.
Plus, they're
Hey,
getting they're
Opeta is
losing
great.
they're losing
It's
Kelce. I
Jack
mean, he's
Driscoll,
retiring.
Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham, Zach Cunningham, Shaq Leonard, Bradley Roby, oh, Braden
By the way,
Mann, and yeah, Jason Kelce, who announced his retirement.
what you called last week,
hmm I told you he was not playing another year.
Yeah,
I thought if they would have won the Super Bowl, he would retire. But I thought maybe he would try to make it one more year to get that ring.
Uh, Especially because what he only had a 1 year contract, didn't he?
yeah, not with
Yeah,
how this played out either. Like that was
I would say the coaching staff. I think he was kind of fed up with the coaching staff as well.
yeah.
I mean, you could tell everyone on the sideline he was crying. Like you could see the tears in his eyes. And
Well, yeah, as soon as the game ended, the reason he hugged his offensive line coach for so long is because you knew that he was done. But all right, Tampa Bay, Detroit Lions. I hate to say this, but I'm going Tampa 27-21. I'd like to see Lions continue it, but I think Tampa takes it.
26-24 Detroit.
– 28-27. Give me Detroit.
All right, so there you have it. I have Ravens and Chiefs for the conference, and I have Niners and Tampa. And then Pat, you have Buffalo and Baltimore, Texans. Yeah, you picked Texans. You have Buffalo and the Texans, and then Detroit and the Niners. And Tank, you have Detroit and the Niners, and Buffalo and Baltimore.
Yep.
So
None of
find out.
none of our championships are the same.
Yeah, none of them line up. Well, you and Pat have 49ers and
Oh
Detroit.
yeah. That's right.
So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we're dwindling down to the end of the season. So we have, I think, only like technically counting today, 4 more weeks for the game. And our old Pat is the host.
Hello, and welcome to, well, I don't know what we call this segment, trivia.
Game show.
NFL trivia.
Yes, I'm your host for this week, Pat the Powerful. And my 2 contestants here, Tank the Great and Tim the Terrible. Although not so terrible at trivia because he is leading all of us by a
And
pretty
picks.
comfortable margin.
Don't worry, I already started thinking of
Oh.
next week, and you both can get some points back next week.
So currently it's
So,
Tim 32, Pat 25, me 17.
But, all right, take it away when you're ready, Pat.
what?
He's still looking up the questions.
No, I'm making sure I had at least 6 points worth of questions because I have like some multiple.
The first question's worth 6 points. The game's over.
Yep. So there's one 6-point question today, guys. All right. So this is playoff oriented
Okay.
in general. Who has the most receptions in a single playoff game? Timothy.
Puka Nakua, isn't it? So didn't he just break it?
He may have just broken a rookie record, but this list might not have been updated from this.
Well, hold on. Let me just tell you how. Oh, never mind. It probably is not. It was yards, not receptions, because he had 9.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
he only had 9. I was thinking yards, so.
Well,
Well, then I
Can I just
done
get
messed
answers?
up.
Just give me answers.
oh, you okay? So Tank, you get the first guess with choices, since you're not. Adding. So
and
is it A, James White, B, Darren Sproles, C, Michael Thomas, D, Travis Kelce, E, Shannon Sharp?
Shannon Sharp.
I did my job and baited you with the Shannon Sharp. No, not Shannon Sharp.
I know that I know this one.
Go ahead.
It's James White.
Oh, how confident are you in that, sir?
I'm actually very confident.
Yeah, no, that's correct, but he's also tied with someone. So that's 1 point for Tim. Another point available. The 3 options left. He is tied with one of them.
I'll let you go ahead, Tank. You can guess out of the other
No,
3.
no, go ahead. Since
No, you
you
go
got it right,
first. You go first. I want to give you a chance to get some points.
All right.
I'm
So is it?
Sproles.
It is Sproles. There you go.
See, I would have said Kelce.
So they were tied with
So
15
honestly, it was Sharp or
receptions.
Sproles for me when I was going to guess. That's why I went Sharp, but I
See,
was like either Sharp or
I
Sproles.
always forget that Sproles actually played in the backfield. He wasn't just a returner.
Yeah. Yeah. So they had 15 catches apiece in a divisional round. And obviously, James White had the most receptions in the Super Bowl history with 14, but he did have a better playoff game with 15, which is crazy.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
that was what when they played Kansas City? No, something like that.
Um, the Super Bowl one?
No, James
Oh,
White's the year that Kansas City went to the Super Bowl against the
oh,
Niners.
yeah. I got you. I got you. All right. So, next question. Which franchise has the most playoff games played? Most
Eh,
appearances in a play? Yes, sir.
Dallas.
Fair enough. That's correct, Tank. Tank the
See,
Great.
that was gonna be my guess, but he jumped to it.
All right.
Love you.
So, you were so quick to the guess. How many playoff games has
Oh
Dallas
shoot.
played?
Oh, trying to think. Does Super Bowl count as a playoff game?
I believe it does.
See, so
And I want to say I saw something on Facebook about this the other day. I want to say it's 21.
All
21.
time. All time, Tank.
let me just tell you this, Tank. You guys have what, five Super Bowls?
Yeah, true. I didn't even think
And
about that.
4 games a year if you guys don't play wild card.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't think about that. I'm sorry. I did my math wrong.
And this includes losses too, like total games played. So you got to include 15 for the past 15 years where they made it and get it out in the first round. There's 15 losses right there.
Give me 53.
No, no, nope,
61.
nope. You want some choices?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Is it A, 59, B, 63, C, 64, D, 67, or E, 69?
What was D?
I feel like this is a trick.
D was 67.
I'm gonna go 67.
Do correct.
Oh, wow. I thought it was 63 because when you said that, you like giggled and looked at him because he said 53. So I was like, oh, he was just 10 off.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Dang, look at
All
you go,
right.
Tank.
Good job.
Yeah,
And
I'm getting points now. I'm getting points.
It was that 4-1.
Yeah.
Tank, here we go. I mean, this kind of works in your favor because the Cowboys lost, and you needed some up and up, and this is continuing to follow the Cowboys here. So those 67 games, what is their record? How many losses do they have in those 67 games? How many of those 67 are losses?
You got to think there's 15 right there, like Pat
That's what
said.
I was about to say. You got at least 15. Uh
Oh,
29.
No.
oh, I think that's way too many wins for them.
No,
Oh,
D.
is it
No,
counting
D.
this one?
Yes, it does include this one.
Oh, I want to say that they're probably close. So if they won 5 Super Bowls and hypothetically say that they play all 4 games, that's 20 right there. They have the ins and the outs. From what I remember as a kid, at least 6 games. I'm gonna throw a shot in the dark, and then if not, we can do choices. 31.
Yes, they are 36 and 31.
Wow.
I was only 2 off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you were close. And think if it didn't count this year, you were one off.
And
Just like that, you pulled in closer to me now.
that ties right in to the next question as well. So the Cowboys had the most playoff game appearances, and 31 of them are losses. They happen to be tied at 31 losses with another franchise for the most playoff losses in the NFL. What is the other team?
Pittsburgh.
Not Pittsburgh.
Damn. I can think of just one other one then.
Give me Colts.
It is not the Colts. Is it A, the Green Bay Packers, B, the Rams, C, the 49ers, D, the Vikings, or E, the New York Giants?
Damn, why'd you gotta put the two choices on tied between?
Oh, what are you thinking?
Oh. Hank, you pick so that I can guess the other one if you guess the one I want.
Well, I can't guess back because you guess and then I guess and I
No,
have to give.
whenever it comes to guess multiple choice, it's whoever then.
Give me letter D.
Damn it,
Do you
no.
remember?
That's
Do
not
you
one of the
remember the
teams I
team?
want. That's the
Yeah.
Vikings. Don't pick the Vikings.
Am I wrong?
No, it is D, the Vikings.
Damn
Yes.
it. I was between Green Bay and the Niners.
I
I
figured
was I
because
was
they like
between
story.
I was between the Giants and Vikings.
The
Damn.
weird thing is, because you think to the 70s where they had like 4 straight Super Bowl appearances, but that would be helpful for wins, not losses. So
Yeah.
then I was like, I can't believe they've lost that many, but it makes sense. I mean, they've never won a Super Bowl or never been. So
Say, I thought Green Bay because what? The first 9 years Green Bay went to the playoffs straight?
yeah, yeah. But
So is
well,
that it?
that is the final question.
Oh, wow.
So did Tank win around?
Yeah, it was 5 to
I did.
3.
Yep, 5-3 puts me at 22. Pat, you're at 25. Tim, you're at 35.
Woo! Well, like I said, next week you guys will have a chance to get some points.
Will we have a day?
You guys could have a day.
Did we get a little sneak peek?
It's just gonna be at the team trivias.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna study specifically the Carolina Panthers.
And I'll study the Arizona Cardinals.
All
There we
right.
go.
But all right, ladies and gentlemen, we hope you guys did appreciate this video and enjoy. I wanted to come on here and say to you guys that there is going to be a special video dropping Friday alongside with Tank's Thoughts. Just a little video for you guys for the lack of Tank Thoughts that we've been putting out. But other than that, that's pretty much all I've got. So I'll send it down to Pat, the powerful.
Yeah, Pat's powerful. Thanks. Jesus. Thanks for sticking with us through a whole regular season and a wild card round. The Eagles freaking stink. Can only go up from here, right?
Yeah, that's what you want to tell yourself.
Yeah, there's always next year. I'll start sounding like a Cowboys
Well,
fan.
I guess it's on to you, Tank.
Tank the Great. Tank the Great here. I just want to say I'm going to piggyback off of what Pat the Powerful said. Yeah, this season sucks for Dallas Cowboys. At the end, when we lost in playoffs and we're sitting on. Hey, you know what? We already got our tickets to Super Bowl. We got front row on the 50-yard line of the NFC side. So I don't know about you all. I'm going there. No, but don't forget you can follow us on the good old X, aka FKAARTA, Twitter. You can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. You can listen to us on Spotify podcasts and Apple Podcasts. And don't forget, out of the YouTube subscribers and followers, one lucky loyal fan will be entered to win a prize. And it will come from yours truly, Tim the Terrible, Tank the Great, and Pat the Powerful. Other than that, I will see you all this Friday with a episode of Tank's Thoughts. I didn't know that we are doing an extra video, so that's news to
Surprise
me.
for you guys.
I was about to say that's news to me, so enjoy that. But yes, I will see you all then. Other than that, this is Tank signing off, and I will see you all later. Peace.
Stay silly, young gooselings.
Oh my gosh.